Wuthering Waves has a brand new event that's going to give us a 5-star echo as well as some mats and currency. So I wanted to talk about what's going on with the website, how to log in, how to do all the different things, and also talk about the different echoes to grind for. So talk about in the website, you want to log in. So obviously you want to log into an account that you're going to play at launch, because at Union level 8, that's going to be when you get your rewards. You can technically re-roll this because this is kind of a gotcha thing, but you want to make sure you're using an account you're comfortable with using at launch. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do it. I don't have any attempts right now, but you can see you can summon 10 and 1, and then your missions are basically going to be how you get stuff. So you have 10 attempts that you can get from the daily missions. You have special attempts that are going to be able to give you, like, pre-registration gives you 4, and then following all the different socials. These are kind of one and done, and then these ones are daily. They reset every single day, and you can do these and kind of just grind up some different stuff. So once you actually summon, so say for example I summon, they'll go into my backpack. You can see rarities here. So it is important to note that these golds are 5 stars, and 4 stars, 3 stars, and such and such. So as you kind of go through these and look at some of the different rarities, you want to pay attention to what the rarities are, because you can technically have the same echo at different rarities. So you obviously want to get a 5-star because, I mean, that's what you're here for, right? You do want to kind of work on sharing, and I'll talk about why here in a second. But as you share, you can do a couple different rules. So you can personally share up to 5 different echo cards a day, and then that card itself can be redeemed by 10 other players. So if you're on Twitter, on Reddit or something like that, and you see somebody who's been able to share something, you see, it's always nice to kind of click it, see if 10 other people have redeemed it. And I'll talk about why. Even if you're going to get kind of an echo that maybe you don't have, but you're not going to lock in, it's important to grab them, because your echo gallery is going to give you rewards and stuff like that just from getting the echo. So even if you already have like your favorite echo and you're already like, okay, I'm going to lock this one in, it is kind of nice to jump in here and grab your mats and materials, and we'll talk about that once we jump in the echo gallery. So number 2, you can redeem up to 5 echo gift cards a day. So you pretty much just want to do that. Like I said, even if you have the one that you want, 5 echo cards a day, just make sure you try to grab the ones you can and the ones you don't have. Number 3 is just talking about when it resets, and then each one of these little cards are valid up to 24 hours after generated. So if you see anything on Twitter or Reddit and it's like 2 days past, not really a point in clicking on it, because it's either probably already been redeemed by 10 other people or it's gone because the valid link is gone at that point. So echo gallery, this is what I was talking about. As you can see, you get different locked ones, you get the ones that you unlocked, and it gives you points. So basically these give you mats, they give you some different materials as well, and some different premium currency. I don't think I can look at the ones I used to get, but I got like 250s I think for 100 total premium currency, and then they give you some mats and stuff like that, as you can see. And so it's just kind of nice, a little nice top off for your account. Like I said, Union level 8 is going to be whenever you grab this. Make sure to lock it in whenever you grab one. I think you can switch it out up until you do lock it in, so just kind of pay attention. I really wouldn't put anybody in the lock slot until you're ready to put them there. I just kind of did it to showcase what it looks like. But yeah, you can do like pretty much anything until you click lock, and then that's kind of what you're going to get. So just pay attention and don't don't lock anything you don't want. So let's go ahead and talk about this Reddit post here. So Michu was the one that like made this graphic, so shout out to them. I'll leave a link to the Reddit as well as your YouTube channel, because they do stuff on Tower of Fantasy as well as the Wuthering Waves when it comes out. They have a ton of information here at the top, just basically some of the different units and why they're not particularly in this list. So I'll kind of let you guys read that if you guys want to. The information here is going to be based on CBT2, so obviously it's going to be a little bit of a change if anything happens with balances and stuff like that, but I don't think too much is really going to change, to be honest. A lot of the characters played pretty well. I think Jian Shin was the only one that was kind of having a little bit of lackluster stuff. So we'll kind of talk about some different things here. So this one on the left, the Valet Heron, this guy, I've seen in the community, and even Rex himself has said that this guy is just really hard to grind. If we're going for Calchero as well as Yin Lin, which is going to be an insane duo. Yin Lin isn't going to come out until Jian is done, so she'll be the second limited character, so you'll have to kind of wait to have like that nice perfect duo. But this Heron is apparently very annoying and very monotonous to grind up, so a lot of people are recommending grabbing this if you're going to be playing this duo. Obviously you got the Flame Girls there as well as kind of a bonus, but he's just kind of annoying, and this particular echo eventually bricks these two in terms of like scaling their damage and stuff like that as a duo, so you're eventually going to have to get it anyway. So if you are looking to play this particular duo here, it's just one of those things you're going to want to grab, and apparently it's very limited whenever you're in your actual world to be able to grind them and stuff like that, so it's just nice to get one from event. The other nice recommendation would probably be the Scion one, just because if you're going for the Jian Shin, Yang Yang, as well as the Rovers, you can see that you get a little extra one. You get one extra character here, one extra resonator for your pick here, but again, it kind of just depends what you're playing. This is all going to be for DPS though, so you have some of these are obviously going to be like either or, it doesn't really matter. You can see the Roshroom and then the Tamaritas. I don't know if that's how you say that name, but they're kind of pretty much the same. So if you get one or the other, you're playing Danjin and the Frost, you can definitely just grab one or the other. It doesn't really matter. And if you're going for more of a particular thing, you obviously got your little wolf here instead of the Roshroom or something like that if you're looking to play the Flame Girls with Danchin. And you can see that, you can just kind of mix and match depending on what you're kind of doing. And then DPS support. So this is kind of nice. So there's a couple of different things in here. If you're going for more of a general thing, like you don't really know who to play, I would say the Carapace, the little car mutant thing is kind of a nice general one, because obviously you have some of the nice characters there as well. And then you have a couple of different characters. So Alto and name Mordecai. I don't know how Mordecai or Mortify, maybe that's how you say his name. I don't necessarily know how good he is, but I've heard Alto is a little underwhelming. So maybe this one is a little bit better for just generalists if you don't really know who to play. But Alto, it's kind of hard to say whether he's going to be really good or not in terms of that. So you kind of just want to pay attention. I would say honestly though, if you're looking for more of a general one or just kind of more of a flatline one, maybe the Cyclone here would be kind of nice just because you'd have your nice little win people and then as well as our healer here. So if you got a healer and you're just kind of like a little bit new to these type of games and you're wanting to play a healer, this could be a nice little general thing. And then you also have this one. So this one's going to be kind of nice for this duo as well, but you're kind of lacking the extra for the Fire Girls. So if you're not really care too much about the Fire Girls, like I said, it's just kind of hard to grind this one out. So I do recommend this one over this one. But if you're just kind of like wanting just to play this particular duo, this is also a pretty good one and you just don't really want to grind the event. You're like, whatever. Like if you end up getting this in the first one, you're just like, I don't want to play the event and I don't want to do that anymore. This is a pretty nice one for the duo as well. The one that's probably the most useless in my opinion is probably the Guardian, just because it only does stuff for the Flower Girl. I always forget her name. It starts with a V, but some of the names have changed so much that I kind of forget. But yeah, so this one's probably the most like useless one, I would say. Maybe even this one with the little bear, just because it only helps these two. So you're kind of just looking through here and seeing what characters you're going to play and what they're kind of doing. This is going to be DPS support here, so you can kind of tell based on some different, information here. It's not just DPS. I think these ones are more heavy on attack, and this one's more of like an all-arounder and stuff like that. So obviously supports in these type of games do tend to, I would say, a little bit more continuity, a little bit more, they're going to stay around a little bit longer than some of the different DPS, because DPS always seems to get kind of power skilled at some point, whereas support always seems to be pretty good for a while. So it's just kind of up to you though, how you want to do it. I just want to kind of share this. Shout out to Michu again as well. Just, being able to show this and do this different graphics is really cool. You just want to make sure that you get the 5-star variant of them, because that's going to be your best bet.